welcome to Zebra Crochet. Today's project is a coffee cup cozy, which was a request from one of my subscribers. So I'm going to show you how to do it. It's a very basic pattern, and then you can change it and do whatever you want. I will show you color changing as well today too, so you can do all of the things that you want to do. So first, I just want to show you, this is what I'm talking about. This is my Valentine's Day cozy. It's got hearts and it's sparkly and it's pink, and then I have a Christmas one here that is more sparkles and Santa, clearly Santa. And then I have a whole bowl that I keep up in my kitchen. Here's my purple one. This one I just made the other day. And then there's this one. This one is a thicker, this is a worsted weight. And I just put a flower on it. And then these ones are for orders. This one is for the Washington Nationals. And obviously the Texas state flag. Somebody asked me to make them a Texas one. And so there's the Texas state flag. And then this one is for the Naval Academy. So there you go. You can do this pattern, does all of these different designs. You can make whatever you want. I have a minion one. I've got, whatever you want. We can make it with this simple pattern. So let me adjust my camera. There we go. Okay. So we're going to start with, this is, again, my favorite yarn, which is the Simply Soft yarn, and my trusty 4.0 millimeter hook, and I have got my scissors, and I've got my needles. So we're going to do two colors. We're going to do this purple. Okay, and then I'm going to do this sparkly white as well. So let's get started. If you're going to use this cup that I get from Starbucks, honestly, this is what it is. It's just the Starbucks reusable cup that you can get. They're like $2. And I use them over and over. I have several. This one I actually keep with my crochet stuff. It's my model that I model my patterns after. So let's do that, and we're going to start with we're going to chain 36. So chaining is yarn over and pull through, yarn over, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Okay, so now I take my chain and I make sure it's flat. That means that I can see the V's. I'm hoping this color is not too difficult to see on camera. Okay, so I make sure the V's are facing me all the way, and then I'm going to turn it around, but I want it to stay in a circle, and I want my V's to be facing out. Okay, so that's not twisting. We don't want it twisted. We want it to go straight out. Okay, and then so I just kind of take it over and I pull these two sides forward so that I can see them, and I'm gonna single crochet into this stitch, the first of my chain. Okay, if you pull this is my end tail. If I pull this forward and hold it with my hook, it's out of the way. Okay, and then I'm just going to pull up a loop and then yarn over and pull through, and there's my single crochet, and now I have a circle. Now I'm going to put a single crochet in each stitch all the way around. So I should have 36 stitches all the way around. 1, okay, so do that all the way around, and I will see you at the other side. So here we are at the other end, and if you look at it, it is a little bit uneven, but we will fix that when we're all done. We're just going to put a single crochet around the end here, and you won't even notice it. Okay, so we're just going to keep crocheting, single crocheting all the way around one more time, and we're going to do that for a total of 3 rows, and then we will change our color. So I will meet you back at the end of 2 more rows. Okay, here we are at the end of our 3rd row, and I'm going to attach. We're going to do white. So here's my white sparkly, and it is actually thinner than my purple, so I'm going to just double it, or add a just plain white to it. So we won't lose the sparkle. We're not adding a different color. We're just adding white. Okay, let's get this started. One trick, if I have a ball, which I try not to do, I try to have mostly my cakes because they just pull easier. But if I have a ball, I have a bowl. I keep my ball in a bowl so it doesn't roll away from me, because it'll roll away and then unravel, and then the cat will get to it, and oh, it's just a mess. But anyway, somebody gave me this bowl. You can get bowls, at the dollar store. It doesn't really matter. This one has a hole in it. You can actually put the yarn through the hole and pull it that way. They make really pretty wooden ones that are on my wish list. They have specific yarn bowls. It really just is whatever you want to use or not use. That's totally up to you. Okay, so to attach this color and change colors, I'm going to, in the next stitch, I'm going to go in my stitch and I'm going to pull up a loop, just like I was going to do a single crochet. Then I'm going to hold my string behind, and I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to leave a good couple of inches, and I'm just going to pinch it. So under my finger here, I have the purple string, and now I have the white. And I'm going to finish this single crochet, yarn over, and pull through. I'm going to finish it in white. Okay? Now, when you're doing this, there's a couple ways to do it. You can just keep single crocheting, which is perfectly acceptable. When you do that, you get a jog. So the colors aren't straight around. There's like a color and then it changes, and so there's like a step here. I'm trying to think if I've got anything that shows that, or if I have changed my way of doing things, and I don't see one here. Anyway, it's not a bad thing. You can cover it with a flower and nobody will notice it, or whatever. But I'm going to show you how to get rid of that so that when you do something else in the round, you know how. Okay, so I'm just going to, in the next stitch, I'm going to slip stitch. So pull through and then pull through again. Okay, and now I'm just going to single crochet like normal, and I'm going to pull up my tails so that I can crochet over them and I don't have to sew them in later. Okay, so in the next stitch, I'm going to just single crochet, and I'm going to single crochet around. You can do as many rows as you want. I'm going to go ahead and do 2 because this is team color order. So let's go ahead, and I will meet you back after 2 rows, and we'll meet back right here. Oh, you know what? I will meet you back here, and I'll show you how to deal with that slip stitch when we get all the way around. Okay, so I'll meet you back. Okay, so here we are at the other end. I'm going to single crochet in this last purple stitch, and then I'm going to treat this slip stitch as if it's a regular stitch, okay? Because I don't want my yarn to, or my thing to get smaller. I want it to stay just the way it is. So I'm just going to use it as if it's a single crochet. Okay, just go in and single crochet in it. Okay, and there we go. There's our color change, and it doesn't have a huge jump. It looks mostly flat. You're not going to get perfect, but it's as close as we're going to get. So let's do one more row of the white, and then we'll go back to the purple, and we will start increasing. Okay, here we are at the end. So instead of doing my color change in exactly the same space, so that it's in a row, I'm going to just do 2 more of white, 1 and 2, and then I'm going to change back to purple. So I'm going to go in the next one and pull up a loop, and then I'm going to pinch this behind. If this extra is in your way, you can cut it off, but we'll cut it in just a minute. Oh, see, I didn't cut this one, so let's go ahead and cut this one off. Okay, now, and we'll just go ahead and cut this since we're here. Okay, there we go. We will need that again, so don't get rid of it. Okay, so the same, I'm going to put my extra strings behind, and I'm going to grab my purple, and so I've pulled up a loop, and I'm just going to go through, and there's my color change. Okay, when I do that, I'm just pulling this. If I just pull this, then this loop, this last white loop, kind of gets a little tighter, because you don't want that super loose. Okay, and then I'm going to slip stitch in the next one, just like we did, and I pull up my thread, and then I'm just going to single crochet all the way around one time, and then we will start increasing, because if you look at our cup, it is tapered. It goes up slowly, and so we want the same for our cozy. Okay, so we're going to start to increase, and it's going to start to just slowly go out. Okay, so single crochet all the way around, and I will meet you back at the beginning. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to put a single crochet in this last white stitch, and then again I'm going to just treat this slip stitch as if it were a single crochet, and I'm going to single crochet around, or in it. Okay, and then one more for good measure. Okay, so now we are going to do one increase row. This is 36 stitches around, okay, and I want to increase 4 times. So 36 divided by 4 is 9. So every 9th stitch, I'm going to add 1 stitch. So we'll end up with 40. Okay, so in this first one, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and then so basically you're going to go in multiples of 9, so you can keep counting, and so 18 is your next set of 9. Okay, so 9, and I'm going to put 2 in this next single crochet. 1 and 2 are in the same stitch, and then I count to 9. 3, just doing one stitch in each loop. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and then I'm going to do 2 in this one. 1, 2, and count to 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we're going to do one more. 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And there we are. We're back at the beginning. Okay, so now we're just going to single crochet in each stitch around for, let's see, let me do some math. So I want a total of 20 rows, and I've got 5 rows here, and I'm going to have the same pattern at the top. So that'll be 5 rows. That's 10. So we're going to do 10 rows in this purple in this middle section. Okay, so we've got 1, and I always start counting from here, I start at where the white is, and I start counting up from there so that you don't have to deal with this, because if you look at this one, it has 2, but if you look at this one, you know, it looks like, so if I were to keep going, once I cross this where I did my color change, you see, it's going to look like I have 3, but I haven't done 3 yet. I have only started 3. So I count, see here, there's 1, 2, 3. I count from the end of the row here. So I start where the white is and I count up. And that way I know how many stitches or how many rows. And you can count it however you want, whatever works for you. Okay, so we're going to do 10 rows and I will be right back. Scratch that. We're going to do 5 rows and then we're going to increase, and then we're going to do the rest, the last 3. So I will meet you back after 5 rows. Okay, so here we are at the end of this 5th row, and I went ahead and I tried it on my mug. I just want to see, or my cup. I just want to see if I really do need to increase, and it looks like I don't. I don't know. Do you see how I can like pull it out? I can put my finger in there. It's really very loose still. I could easily do 5 more and not increase. So let's go ahead and do all the next 5. Actually do 9. So do 9 rows, and then we'll try it again. And if we need to increase, we can increase on that last purple row, rather than trying to increase in the white. It's just easier, and it'll be less visible. So let's go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you back at row 9. Okay, here we are. We're at I'm at the end of row 9. Let's move this out of the way. Okay, so let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it's tight. So see, I can, but I have to work really hard to get my finger in there. It is nice and tight. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to increase 1 row. And it's going to be, because we're at 40 stitches, divided by 4 is 10. So we're going to do the 10 instead of 9. We're going to, let me show you. We're going to, in the first stitch here, we're going to put 2 double crochets right here. 1, 2, and then we're going to count to 10. 1 in each stitch. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to count to, I'm going to put 2 in this one. 1, 2, and then I'm going to do to 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and then 2 in this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and we'll do one more round of 2 double crochets in the first one, and then single crochets. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, there we are. We are at 10 rows in the middle. Now we are going to change colors. We're going to go back to the white. So I'm going to start my single crochet, go in and pull up a loop, and then pinch my yarn, grab my white, okay, put that behind so that I've got it, and I'm going to, so you see how this loop right here, when I'm kind of playing with it and I'm grabbing my other color, it kind of gets loose. So I pull my loop through both of those just so that it's not going to go anywhere, and then I pull the purple just a little bit to tighten that bottom loop, and that way the tension stays the same. Okay, so now I'm going to slip stitch in the next one. Okay, and then pull up my strands, and then I'm going to single crochet all the way around, and I'm going to do that for 2 rows. Remember to use the slip stitch as a regular stitch, and just go over it like a regular stitch. So 2 rows of white, and I will be right back. We're going to do one more color change, and then we're going to do 3 rows of our purple, and we will be done. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull up a loop. Okay, and then switch our color, grab our purple, stick it in the back, pinch it tight. Okay, finish off our single crochet, and then we're going to slip stitch in this one. Okay, and then we're going to single crochet. Oh, I'm going to pull up my threads so we can crochet over them. And we're going to do single crochets all the way around for a total of 3 rows. Okay, so I will see you at the end of 3 rows. Okay, so here I am at the end of the 3rd and last row, but before I fasten it off and cut the ends and start sewing in you know, cut the yarn and start sewing in the ends, I have a decision to make. So I'm going to pull this loop nice and big so it doesn't accidentally get pulled. Now, remember we had this at the very beginning, that it is not an even step here. So we have two options. We can single crochet around the outside of this. If we do that, we then have 4 rows here, and we have to add another row up here. I don't really want to do that because I kind of like the way this looks right now, just the way it is. It fits my cup perfectly. So I don't really want to add any extra rows to it. I like it just the way it is. So I'm going to take this and thread this on in my needle. Okay, now I'm going to go in to this loop here. Okay, and then do you see, I'm going to come back through this, and then I'm going to pull it tight. Okay, pull it tight, and now I don't see, and then I just go right back through that same hole that I did, and that way my strand is on the inside, and you see now it doesn't look as uneven. So I'm gonna go ahead and sew in this end. Just gonna go underneath here a couple of stitches, and my needle doesn't have a point on it, so it's like a sharp point, so it's kind of hard to get through sometimes. Okay, pull this through and then go back this way. Double over that yarn, and then I can trim this end. Okay, now since I decided not to do a row of single crochets down here, I'm going to go back to my top. I'm going to pull this loop back down so that I can use it. Okay, now I'm going to slip stitch in the next chain, or the next stitch, I mean, slip stitch. Okay, and then I'm going to cut it off. And I find that when I'm holding my yarn like this, if I cut it right here in between my fingers in the back, that is the perfect length to sew in. But that's just what I've found. You can do however. Okay, and then I just pull this through, pull this tight, pull this last loop nice and tight, and again I'm going to thread my needle, and I'm going to go in the stitch where I just slip stitched into the same stitch, and that way my yarn is on the back side. Okay, then I can turn it over and I can hide my yarn, and I'm going to kind of jog down one row here and then go over. I just want to make sure that it doesn't come undone, like when it's in the wash, or because this is for somebody else, so if a strand gets pulled, I can't fix it for myself. This is an order, so okay, pull through, and then I'm going to go back over. I'm going to double over. Okay, and then I can look over here, and on the front side, if I feel like I've gone too far in, you can see your needle, but I don't see my needle, so I am okay right where I am at here, because I want it to go in the stitches, not through the stitches to the other side. Okay, so I cut that off, and there we go. Now let me look inside. I can turn it inside out, and I can look and see if I have any straggly pieces that I need to either trim or, you know, I need to sew in. This one I can just trim it right off. Oops. Okay. All done. Let's see, any other little pieces? I think I got them all. Okay, and turn it right back side out. Right side out, I mean. Okay, and there we go. It's all, that one is all done. And see, it fits my cup perfectly. Okay, you may have to just kind of mess with it a little bit, and, you know, move it around, but it will go exactly the way you want it. Okay, so enjoy, have fun, and thank you, Pauline, for the great idea. If you have any other ideas of what you'd like to see me crochet or learn how to crochet, you just shoot me a message, and I will get on it. So thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe and like this video, and let me know what you want to see or what I can change. I am open for suggestions, and just let me know. You can also find me on Facebook at Zebra Crochet, and you can give me ideas there. So have a great day, and I will see you next time.